Hey, this is Kev from Blender Binge. In this quick video, I want to show you how to have a camera track an object. Ready? Let's go. So having a camera track an object is really cool, especially if you're trying to do any kind of animation where you want to follow an object, and moving the camera around and keyframing the camera all the time is kind of a pain. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and create an empty object. An empty object is just a placeholder. It doesn't render. It's just there to be used as a proxy object for different things in your scene. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select, just like in the other constraints video that I did on bones and rigging. You remember, you select the child first, and then you select the parent. Okay, Shift. And then I'm just going to hold down Control T, and I'm going to say track to constraint. And now if I select this guy and I move him, the camera moves with him. Okay, so if I hit 0 on the keyboard, you can see now that if I grab this, okay, I could just kind of grab it, or I could just hit G and pull it around. You can see that the camera is now tracking to this object. It's following it. So if I were to create, say, something moving across my scene, all right, in this case I'll do Suzanne, and I'll have Suzanne move across my screen. So I'm going to keyframe Suzanne. I'll just do location, and I'll keyframe her there, and at frame, I don't know, 90, I will pull her over here and hit keyframe. Okay, so now she's moving, and if I go into my camera view, okay, you see that she will move across the screen. She goes across, but I'm not really tracking her. Now I could go and I can track Suzanne, just like I did with this thing, or I can use this to kind of follow Suzanne a little bit, but still have control over this. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to parent this to Suzanne. So I'm going to select the child, Shift select the parent, hit Control P, parent object. Okay, so now Suzanne moves with the object. Now what you want to do is you want to move your object close to Suzanne. And I'll show you the reason why we don't want to track to Suzanne. Okay, so now Suzanne moves and I'm tracking because my empty is parented to Suzanne. So now the cool thing is, if I just tracked to Suzanne, I wouldn't be able to set any other keyframes. But if I want to kind of have a more natural camera motion, I can keyframe my empty now. So I'll keyframe my empty here, and then say over here I don't want it quite on Suzanne, so I'll pull the keyframe over here. I'll turn on auto scene destroy here for just a minute here. Okay, and then here, and then here, and then here. Okay, so now I'm kind of getting more of a more kind of natural motion, and that I'm getting more of a handheld kind of motion there. All right, and with the track, I can still, even though it's tracked, I can still keyframe my camera too, to give it kind of a more, more handheld type motion. So that's why I would go ahead and use an empty instead. Okay, so here, this is going to be pretty exaggerated, but let me go to 90. Oops. Alright. Now you'll see I kind of get more of a handheld feel. Alright. And that little beginning is a little jolting, so I'll probably change that. I don't want that going too far away from Suzanne here. But you'll see now, I kind of get more of a handheld type feel, which is kind of a little more natural. Alright, if I just track to Suzanne, it would be like having my camera on a pivot point, like on a tripod, and I get a really smooth track, which you can do. But the difference between that and this is that this gives you a little more wiggle room, literally. Okay, so you can just kind of move your aiming around a little bit, and it gives you kind of more of like a CSI type handheld camera look. So if you got something out of this, hit like, subscribe, share, shout it from the rooftops, go up to a random stranger in the street and go, "I watch Blender Binge," and see what reaction they have, because I bet it'd be really funny. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this, and like, subscribe, share, hit the little bell notification, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.